Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video, it's interesting when you're gearing up for a particular event, something as loaded as Super Thursday, where you get the British pound, the GBP, the British pound versus US dollar in play now as we go into the exit polls and whatnot. I'll talk about that in the premium video. You could look at the BPM futures as well. We've had a play on soybeans going into the crop report tomorrow. I'll talk about that here. And then the euro and gold. It's almost like we had this huge buildup and now there's a letdown. And, it's kind of tough to, what you find yourself now is managing the positions you have, whatever did trigger. And then, the best thing you can do is just hit the reset button, reboot, literally, and just rebuild the watch list. Take a look at everything with fresh eyes. And I think the thing to remember with weeks like this, when you kind of when everything comes to a head and people thought that maybe the Comey testimony wasn't really that big a deal. I mean, the equities markets really didn't key off that very much. The dollar had some volatility. Gold, I think, was the big mover. I mean, our position short off 1300 or the GLD puts, we went with GLD instead of GC. Now, I'm going to go sometimes with the ETFs when they would allow us to be more flexible with the expiration, or when the GC is going to cause us to basically pay for too much time, if we go with the GC futures. So sometimes we'll go with GLD. We had 122. Did I say 108? We had 108's my strike on FXE, which we're still holding out for. We're getting close. We might see a little bit more follow through, but no, I'm sorry. GLD was 122. Well, that was a fantastic trade. I'm out of that one now. But what was it? I want to mention something here in the video. This wasn't an option trade. That's not what we do at Simpler Futures. We have a whole roster of amazing options traders over at Simpler Options. What this happened to have been was a distribution fade. What does that mean, Rog? It's a choppy market that got overbought. And it was a choppy market that got overbought in front of a major event that could have caused gold to drop, because the gold market had rallied up on the uncertainty and fear of what Comey was going to say. His testimony was released yesterday. Didn't look like it dropped any major bombshells. Even today, nothing much. And gold sold off. So you got the underlying market trend, a fantastic resistance level, and a catalyst for the movement to the downside. And that was the trade. Now, I could have looked at that on GC, on YG, the mini gold. We could have looked at that on a number of markets, but what made the most sense was to either, and this was riskier, sell 1300 or 1297 to 1300, or grab the puts in GLD in case we were completely wrong and Comey says something crazy, or one of the senators asks him some sort of clever question that, he just fumbles over and suddenly gold goes ballistic. Okay, none of that happened. Great move to the downside for a GLD position, which was simply an overbought, choppy market sell up against the ceiling. Not much more than that. What else do we have? Soybeans. We've got the crop report tomorrow. So what I love about this crop report setup and the catalyst for this, again, it's timing, right? So when I look at what happened in gold, we had a run up on the fear and then the stall right in front of Comey. Well, Comey is a crop report, and a crop report is Comey to the soybean market, if you think about it that way. So we have this run up now to the bottom line of the wave. It's a swing short into resistance. And then I have ultimately what is a entry right in front of an event that, for the most part, traders might say, well, Rog, what if there's greater demand? What if there's less supply? What could this crop report tell us? Well, the market's already done what? They've rallied into the report. They've spent the bulk of the week moving to higher highs and lower highs, or higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So I'll say the same thing in front of soybeans that I said in front of the euro and the ECB, or about the euro in front of the ECB. Now I'm all excited. I just finished up our second session for the day after the close, so I'm all wound up. So what did I say then? What could Mario Draghi say to drive the euro higher? Oh, the same thing now. What could the crop report do that hasn't already been baked into the cake. Of course, there can be a surprise, but for the most part, the best thing to do would be to sell a run-up in front of a major event. We did it in gold at an overbought level. We did it at the euro at the 113 handle and resistance. And I'm doing it here in soybeans at a trend following short sell. So we've already entered 944. I'm looking for a downside target, and this is on the spreadsheet in the members area where I list all the different trades we take, the longer term trades that we take. Soybeans is a 944 entry with an optional profit target, 10 points away at 934. First profit target is 926. All right, in the premium video, I'll talk about the price movement ranges that are applicable here, but I wanted to show you that taking advantage of run-ups this week alone, soybeans, look at gold, look at the euro, it's been very, very effective. Same strategy, slightly different market trends, but psychologically speaking, you're taking advantage of a market that's gotten ahead of the narrative. And that's one of the most effective things you can do. Identify what the narrative is and then figure out what the actual day, right? Like for example, crop report, Mario Draghi, Comey, find out what the actual day is, see what the market's done in front of that and say, okay, what would actually have to happen for the market to want to do more of what it's already done in anticipation of? That's why they say, by the way, gang, people do what? Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's how it looks on a chart, okay? So tomorrow we're going to be going into beans and the crop report short, and I'm going to be rebuilding the watch list. So I do share the watch list in this recap video, so probably on Monday, while I'm actually in Austin with the mentorship, doing the mentorship, I think you can still sign up for the live stream, by the way. So I'll include the link for the live stream somewhere in this video or tomorrow's. You can still join us for that, which is going to be 2 awesome days of the roster of simpler traders, but including me. And you can join us for that. But I'll be in Austin for those few days, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm getting a little punchy, having not been out there for almost 2 weeks now. And it's great to be in a room full of traders. We're going to have something like 70 people. We cap off the attendance. We're going to have about 70 people or so in the live audience, and then who knows how many, hundreds, thousands, whatever in the live stream. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, gang. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next update.